Welcome. So, what if you could build an entire professional grade project from scratch and it costs you absolutely nothing? Zero budget. Well, today we're breaking down a complete step-by-step AI workflow that is built specifically for complete beginners. This explainer is basically your actionable roadmap to becoming what we call a zero-cost architect. Let's get right into it. Okay, I want you to imagine being tasked with building a really complex project. But here's the catch. You aren't allowed to do any of the manual labor yourself. No typing it all out, no graphic design, none of it. Sounds kind of like a trick question, right? But that's exactly the system we're exploring today. It's a workflow designed so anyone can pull this off, regardless of whether you have any prior experience at all. So here are the strict constraints for this experiment. We're talking zero manual writing, zero designing, zero voice recording, and literally zero manual research. You have to rely exclusively on free AI tools. Doing this actually forces a pretty massive mindset shift. You're no longer the one laying down every single brick. Instead, you're the architect directing the entire build. Here's the roadmap for becoming a one-person studio. We're going to cover the zero-cost stream, planning and research, writing and design, audio and video assembly, publishing your project, and finally, the future of creation. All right, part one, the zero-cost dream, becoming a one-person studio. The core promise here is honestly massive. You can execute a professional project from start to finish using only AI, and the outcome, it'll absolutely surprise you. And just to be clear, this isn't about churning out, robotic spam. It's about leveraging free tools to build genuinely high-quality work without needing years of technical training to get there. Moving on to part two, planning and research. This is all about laying the foundation. To kick things off, you're essentially going to hire ChatGPT as your project manager. If you're starting entirely from scratch, you just ask the AI to brainstorm ideas for you, pinpoint exactly who your target audience is, outline the whole structure, and even generate a realistic timeline. Just like that, boom, blank page syndrome is completely gone. The AI just hands you your blueprint instantly. Next up is Perplexity AI. You can think of this one as your tireless, lightning-fast research assistant. See, while ChatGPT handles the creative brainstorming, Perplexity goes out and finds reliable information, verifies your facts, and gathers actual citations. For a beginner, this is a total game changer. It ensures your project is built on accurate data and literally saves you hours and hours of manual digging. Okay, part three, writing and design, where we start crafting the actual content. Now it's time to generate the actual words, and you can tag in either ChatGPT or Claude to do the heavy lifting here. By feeding them the outline and all that research you just gathered, you just prompt the AI to draft full articles, write out your scripts, or even create detailed product descriptions. The entire manual writing process is completely automated. Then you switch gears over to visual design using Canva AI. And look, even if you have absolutely zero design experience, this workflow really shines. Canva AI lets you whip up everything from high contrast thumbnails to complete presentation decks and even detailed infographics, all in a matter of minutes. You just describe what you want and it generates the visuals for you. So the crucial takeaway here is this. In just those few simple steps, relying entirely on free tools, your script and your visual layout are totally complete. You haven't manually typed a single paragraph, you haven't drawn a single graphic, but the core architecture of your project, it's officially built. Let's jump into a part four, audio and video assembly. This is where we bring it all to life. So, no microphone? Maybe you're just not comfortable recording your own voice. Honestly, that is no longer a roadblock. 11 Labs is this incredible AI tool for generating supernatural-sounding narration. You can choose from all sorts of professional voice styles, basically turning your script into broadcast-quality audio with just a few clicks. To build out the foundation of your video, the source highlights a tool called Notebook LM. This thing is fantastic for ingesting your source materials and structuring the overall content dynamically. It generates educational narration that really guides the pacing and flow of your project, which makes absolutely sure the final assembly is going to make perfect sense to your viewer. Finally, you bring all these generated assets together in CapCut. And this assembly process, it's incredibly straightforward. You just drop in your audio and some B-roll, you apply auto-generated captions, add some simple visual transitions, and hit export. You've literally just edited a complete project simply by snapping AI-generated puzzle pieces together. How cool is that? All right, part five, publishing your project. Time for the final launch.
Using YouTube Studio, you follow a pretty strict workflow to make sure your project actually gets seen. You need an SEO-friendly title, a keyword-rich description, and relevant tags. And guess what? You can generate all of those using ChatGPT. Then you just upload that high-contrast thumbnail you made over in Canva and schedule the release. The entire publishing pipeline is completely optimized for you.
And finally, Part 6, the future of creation and empowering the individual. This really illustrates a massive, fundamental shift in how things are done. Years ago, the old way required an entire team with highly specialized skills, right? Writers, designers, voice actors, editors, costing you a ton of time and a ton of money. But today, the new way means one single beginner, using the right AI workflow, can accomplish that exact same level of work much, much faster and at literally zero cost. It's the ultimate democratization of creation. Ultimately, this is the single most important takeaway from our source material. The future isn't about replacing creativity. It's about removing repetitive work to create value. See, AI isn't here to replace your human ideas. It's just here to eliminate all those manual chores that used to hold you back. So now that you have the complete zero-cost blueprint in your hands, what are you going to build?